2001 Chevy Silverado 2500 HD. The AC was not working when I bought this truck 2 years ago. I finally got around to getting the AC looked at. I do HVAC for a living, not automotive though. So, but you know, house, residential and commercial. So, so I have, you know, all the stuff that you need. Anybody can do this really. So I'm running. This is what I'm running. Low side 40 psi's, and then high side is like about 175 psi's. On the low side, I'll look at the chart. That should be. I have the note on my phone, but it's like 45 degrees. That should correspond to 45 degrees in the R134A chart. When you look up 40 psi's, and on the high side 175, that should be about 117 degrees Fahrenheit, I think. Anyways, this is just the standard vacuum pump. You know, the Bullet 7 CFM 2-stage. Make sure, if you want to get a vacuum pump, make sure it's 2-stage. 1 stage is garbage. This is my R134A bottle that I bought a long time ago. This is basically a lifetime supply for me because I don't do refrigeration work anymore. So got that, and here's my temperature probe. This is on the low side, 57 degrees Fahrenheit. High side, 119 Fahrenheit. This is how I'd have it hooked up. So this should be the orifice, right? So that separates the high side from the low side. Okay, compressed gas is R134A is going that way. So you got high pressure here, you got the orifice, and it's expanding out. So that's why you have the low pressure side. So I have the temperature probe hooked up right here on the receiver, and then yeah. So that's the side that's coming back from the evap coil, right? So I have it hooked up right there since this is the most convenient spot, and I have the temperature probe right here, so I can switch. Temperature reading, fuel piece ST4. I bought this a long time ago. I recently looked it up to see if they made a better version of this, where they have temperature, you know, both temperatures displayed at the same time. They don't. I don't know why they haven't improved on it, but they don't. So you just have to press the button to switch between the temperatures. Anyways, so I'm not an automotive technician, but and you could do you don't have to have the automotive version of the tools to get this done. Obviously, I've done it. When I hooked it up, it barely had a little bit of pressure. And I pressure test with nitrogen. It seemed fine. I didn't detect any leaks. I don't know why it was that low. I'm sure there is a leak, but you know, that's fine. I got more than enough. And next time I charge it up, I'll use the leak seal, the stuff with the leak seal. I'll do that once, and then once I finish that bottle, I'll go back to putting regular R134A if I have to do it. Yeah, man, anyone can do it, really. So, I mean, if you look up the charts, if you just look up R134A charts, I mean, if you have multiple vehicles that use R134A, which is up to like the last 10 years. If you bought a vehicle in the last 10 years, you may not have that. So the newest version of the refrigerant is Y1234F, I think. So, you know, that sucks because that refrigeration is really expensive. I don't have it, and I've heard online that you could recharge the system, the new refrigerant, with the YF refrigerant with the R134A. If you evacuate it, and it takes the same oil apparently. I've heard it. I'm not sure how true that is, but anybody can do it. I mean, really, you could get the gauges for cheap if you wanted to. I mean, probably get the gauge from Harbor Freight or secondhand used on Facebook or something like that, marketplace. The only other thing is vacuum pump. You might be able to get it at Harbor Freight for $150 for the second stage, or $160 for the 2-stage. I don't know how good it is, because I've read some reviews and I hear some bad things about it. I went before. Hey, I don't know how you're gonna get this. So maybe scratch that. Maybe it's not gonna work out for you. But if you already have this shit though, and you've worked on residential, or commercial, you could do this. If you don't have to buy this stuff, if you already have it, who am I making this video for? Anyone that has all this shit is gonna fucking do it. They're not gonna look it up. All right, so 62 degrees. So the ambient air, about 80-ish. Yeah, about 80 degrees. Okay, and coming out 58 degrees. Oh yeah, baby, 55. Yeah. All right. So average of, actually, yeah, 78 versus 57, something like that. So that's pretty good. It's about 20 degrees. That's pretty good. So the next thing I'm gonna do is, I love the Yellow Jacket Titan 4-valve manifold. I love this thing because well, actually, it's not necessary. So if you so this is another thing. So I bought these adapters from Harbor Freight like years ago, and I've never used it before. And in residential systems, I would normally close this valve, and I, while I have all this shit hooked up, I would close it and let all the refrigerant go back there, so so I don't waste any refrigerant. But now with this one, so you don't even need the good nice manifold